Why do most people never reach their full potential? Why do so many settle for a life that feels like a routine, a cycle they can't break? If you've ever felt like you were meant for more but don't know how to escape the limitations around you, then keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll have the mindset shift that separates the winners from the average. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence, talent, or opportunity. They fail because they accept mediocrity. From the moment you're born, you're conditioned to think small, act safe, and follow the rules. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, and retire at 65. This is the script handed to you. But who wrote that script? Who benefits from you following it? Certainly not you. The system is designed to keep you comfortable but powerless, busy but unfulfilled, alive but not truly living. Mediocrity is a trap, and the scariest part is that most people don't even realize they're in it. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, scroll on their phones, and repeat the cycle. They don't question it because everyone around them is doing the same. And when everyone around you is living the same way, it starts to feel normal. But deep inside, you know the truth. You know you were meant for more. You can feel it, but you don't know how to escape. Here's the first truth you need to understand. The comfort zone is the most dangerous place you can be. It tricks you into thinking you're safe, but in reality, it's slowly killing your dreams. Every day that you choose comfort over growth, you're making a decision to stay average. You're making a decision to waste your potential. And one day you'll look back and realize that your biggest enemy wasn't the world, it was you. Think about this. Every successful person you admire, every millionaire, every powerful leader, they all had a moment where they made a decision. A decision to stop accepting the ordinary. A decision to step into discomfort, to challenge themselves, to take risks. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not luck. It's mindset. The winners in life understand that growth is painful, success is uncomfortable, and nothing great comes easy. But instead of running from that pain, they embrace it. So the real question is, are you willing to do what most people won't? Are you willing to break free from the cycle? Or will you continue living the same life, making the same excuses, and watching others win while you stay stuck? Because here's the hard truth. If you don't take control of your mind, the world will control it for you. And the world doesn't want you to be powerful. It doesn't want you to be rich, confident, and free. It wants you to be weak, dependent, and easily controlled. This is why you must reprogram your mind. You must unlearn everything that's keeping you small. You must stop waiting for the perfect moment, stop blaming your circumstances, and start taking responsibility. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. You either take control of your life or you remain a prisoner of mediocrity forever. But here's the good news. The fact that you're still here means you're different. It means you're ready to break free. And in the next sections of this video, you'll learn exactly how to master your mind, escape the average mindset, and dominate life. Stay until the end, because the knowledge you're about to receive will separate you from 99% of people. The choice is yours. Keep watching or stay the same. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It can either be your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Most people don't realize this, but the way you think determines everything in your life. Your success, your failures, your opportunities, and even your limits. If your mind is filled with fear, doubt, and excuses, then your life will reflect that. But if you learn to take control of your thoughts, you will take control of your reality. The reason most people stay stuck in mediocrity is simple. They have been programmed to think small. Since childhood, they have been conditioned to believe that struggle is normal, that success is rare, and that only a few people can truly be great. This is a lie, a carefully crafted illusion designed to keep you in place. Think about it. Why is it that schools don't teach financial independence, confidence, or self-discipline? Because the system doesn't want you to be powerful. It wants you to be dependent. It wants you to wake up, go to work, obey, and consume. That's how the world keeps people weak. If you want to escape mediocrity, you have to reprogram your mind, and that starts with a simple but powerful realization. Every thought you have either makes you stronger or weaker. Every time you say, I can't, you are reinforcing a mental barrier that keeps you trapped. Every time you blame others for your situation, you are giving away your power. But every time you choose discipline over laziness, every time you push yourself when you don't feel like it, every time you silence the voice of doubt in your head, you are rewriting your mental script. The most successful people in the world don't have fewer problems than you. They don't have an easier life. The difference is that they refuse to let their problems control them. They refuse to make excuses. They take full responsibility for their minds, their actions, and their results. And because they think differently, they live differently. You need to start training your mind like a warrior. You need to reject weakness, eliminate distractions, and feed your brain with the right thoughts. Stop watching useless entertainment that wastes your time. Stop listening to people who tell you success is impossible. Stop filling your mind with negativity and excuses. Instead, consume knowledge that sharpens your mind. Surround yourself with people who push you forward. And most importantly, take action. Because knowledge without action is useless. You have to understand this. Your mind is a battlefield, and every day you are either winning or losing the war. The world is constantly trying to fill your head with doubts, fears, and distractions, but you must fight back. You must become mentally strong, emotionally unshakable, and focus like a laser on your goals, because once you master your mind, nothing can stop you. Weakness is not an accident, it is a habit. It is the result of years of comfort, excuses, and avoiding the hard truths. If you want to dominate life, you need to understand one thing. Every time you give in to weakness, you reinforce it. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, laziness over effort, or fear over courage, you are programming yourself to lose. Most people live their entire lives trapped in a cycle of weakness. They hit the snooze button instead of getting up early. They make excuses instead of taking action. They seek entertainment instead of education. And then they wonder why they never succeed. It's not bad luck. It's not the system. It's their mindset. If you refuse to do what is necessary, you will never get what you desire. The truth is, the world does not care about your excuses. It does not care how tired you are, how unfair life has been, or how much you wish things were different. The world rewards action. It rewards strength. And if you don't develop that strength, you will be left behind. Every time you hesitate, every time you procrastinate, every time you let fear control you, someone else is out there taking your spot, your opportunity, your future. But here's the good news. Weakness is not permanent. It can be destroyed. It can be replaced with power, resilience, and dominance. The first step is simple. Stop tolerating weakness in your life. Stop accepting mediocrity. When you feel tired, push through. When you don't feel motivated, take action anyway. When fear whispers in your ear, silence it with discipline. You must develop the mindset of a warrior. A warrior does not complain. A warrior does not make excuses. A warrior does not wait for the perfect moment. He creates it. And every time you push through discomfort, every time you reject weakness, you are rewiring your brain for success. Greatness is not built in comfort. It is forged in struggle, in discipline, in the relentless pursuit of mastery. If you want to be great, if you want to escape the life of average people, then you must train yourself to do what others won't. Get up early. Work harder than everyone else. Stay focused when others get distracted. Do the things that winners do, and you will get the results that winners get. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, but for most people, it is also their greatest enemy. They let negative thoughts control them. They believe in limits that don't exist. They accept failure before they even try. And then they wonder why their life never changes. If you want to dominate life, you must take full control of your mind. You must reprogram it. Because right now, whether you realize it or not, your mind has been trained to keep you weak. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to follow the path of least resistance, to fit in, to obey, to accept mediocrity as normal. Look around you. The world is designed to make you passive. Entertainment is everywhere, keeping you distracted. Comfort is handed to you, making you soft. Fear is injected into your mind, stopping you from taking risks. Every system in place is designed to keep you weak, dependent, and easy to control. But here's the truth. Nobody is coming to save you. If you don't break out of this mental prison, you will stay exactly where you are. So how do you escape? How do you reprogram your mind for success instead of failure? It starts with a simple shift. Stop reacting and start deciding. Most people live their lives reacting to everything around them. They react to their emotions, to the opinions of others, to the problems that come their way. They let the world dictate their mindset, but the winners, the real dominators of life, make a different choice. They decide who they are. They decide what they will do. They decide how they will think. When doubt creeps in, they replace it with belief. When fear tries to control them, they act anyway. When the world tells them to slow down, to be realistic, to settle, they refuse. They don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect time. They don't wait for permission. They simply act over and over again until success is inevitable. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. If you constantly expose yourself to weakness, you become weak. If you feed your mind with negativity, you become negative. But if you fill your mind with power, with discipline, with unstoppable energy, you become exactly that. The choice is yours. You can keep thinking like everyone else and stay average, or you can take full control of your mind, rewire it for dominance, and create a life that most people only dream about. Most people will never escape mediocrity because they hold on to one toxic belief: victim mentality. They believe life is happening to them instead of because of them. They blame their circumstances. They blame the economy. They blame their past. And worst of all, they blame other people for where they are in life. But here's the truth. As long as you see yourself as a victim, you will stay powerless. You must eliminate this mindset completely. You must accept one undeniable fact: everything in your life is your responsibility. It doesn't matter where you started. Doesn't matter what challenges you face. It doesn't matter what's fair or unfair. The moment you take full ownership of your life, you gain the power to change it. Weak people will fight against this idea. They will say, but what about bad luck? What about things outside of my control? That thinking alone is why they stay stuck. The strong understand that yes, there will always be challenges. Yes, there will always be obstacles. But instead of crying about it, instead of complaining, instead of making excuses, they adapt. They find a way. They take action. Do you want to know why the top 1% win? It's not because they were handed success. It's because they refuse to think like everyone else. They refuse to let circumstances define them. They refuse to let problems break them. They see every hardship as an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more relentless. Your mind is the most powerful asset you have, but it can also be your greatest enemy. If you tell yourself you're stuck, you'll stay stuck. If you tell yourself it's impossible, you won't even try. But if you rewire your mind to believe that no matter what happens, you will find a way, you become unstoppable. From this moment forward, eliminate every excuse. Stop focusing on problems and start focusing on solutions. The world doesn't care about your struggles. It only rewards results. So make the decision today. No more blaming, no more complaining, no more waiting. Take full control of your life and watch how fast everything changes. Success is not an accident. It is built day by day through discipline, habits, and an unshakable mindset. The difference between those who dominate life and those who remain stuck in mediocrity comes down to one thing: what they do every single day. If you want to escape the trap of an average life, you must adopt the habits of the elite. First, control your mornings. The average person wakes up late, scrolling their phone, wasting time, and starting the day in a reactive state. High achievers wake up with purpose. They dominate the first hour of their day with discipline. Whether it's training their body, sharpening their mind, or setting clear goals, they make sure their day begins with power, not distraction. Second, they protect their time ruthlessly. Most people waste hours on meaningless entertainment, social media, and pointless conversations. The elite operate differently. Every hour of their day is intentional. They do not waste energy on things that do not move them forward. If it doesn't bring growth, wealth, or strength, they cut it out. Third, they master the skill of deep work. In a world full of distractions, focused individuals become the most dangerous. The average mind is weak. It jumps from task to task, seeking instant gratification. The winners lock in. They dedicate hours to mastering their craft. They understand that true success doesn't come from short bursts of effort. It comes from sustained, focused action over time. Fourth, they train their body like a warrior. Weak body, weak mind. The elite know that physical strength translates to mental strength. Training isn't just about looking good, it's about building discipline. When you push your body beyond its limits, you train your mind to handle pressure. You develop resilience. You build an unstoppable work ethic. Finally, they never waste time with negative people. The average surround themselves with complainers, doubters, and people who accept mediocrity. High achievers cut those people out. They only keep those who challenge them, push them, and hold them accountable. If you want to rise, your environment must support your ambition. These habits may sound simple, but they are what separate those who win from those who don't. If you are not where you want to be, start here. Master your mornings, control your focus, train your body, protect your time, surround yourself with strength. Do these things consistently, and success will no longer be a dream. It will be your reality. Most people give up the moment things get hard. They start strong, but when obstacles appear, they break. Why? Because they never trained their minds to handle adversity. They were never taught that success demands pain, struggle, and relentless effort. But here's the truth. Your ability to win in life comes down to one thing: mental toughness. Weak minds crumble under pressure. They complain, they blame, they quit. But strong minds push forward no matter what. They understand that failure is part of the game. Every setback, every loss, every rejection, it's just another test. A test to see if you really want it. A test to see if you'll keep going when most people would walk away. You must train your mind like a warrior. When life knocks you down, don't stay down. Stand up and hit back harder. The moment you start seeing challenges as opportunities instead of problems, you unlock a new level of power. Nothing can break you because you refuse to stay broken. Most people waste their energy on doubt and fear. They hesitate. They overthink. They ask themselves, what if I fail? But winners think differently. They ask, what if I succeed? What if I dominate? What if I become unstoppable? This is the mindset shift that separates the average from the elite. It all starts with the way you talk to yourself. If you fill your mind with weakness, thoughts of doubt, fear, and insecurity, you will live a weak life. But if you fill your mind with power, thoughts of strength, control, and absolute confidence, you will live like a champion. Speak to yourself like a winner. Train yourself to believe that nothing can stop you. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And the only way to build it is through action. Push yourself harder every day. Do the things that make you uncomfortable. Step into the situations that challenge you. Every time you face fear and move forward anyway, you get stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you build resilience. The world belongs to those who refuse to give up. The world belongs to those who get hit and keep moving forward. The world belongs to those who decide that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much it hurts, they will never stop. Most people don't even realize they're trapped. They wake up every day, follow the same routine, live the same life, and never question why they feel stuck. They blame bad luck, the economy, or their circumstances. But the real reason they're not winning, it's because their mind has been programmed for mediocrity. Society wants you weak. It wants you distracted, tired, and dependent. The system is designed to keep you chasing meaningless pleasures, social media, entertainment, junk food, easy dopamine hits. Why? Because the weaker you are, the easier you are to control. The more distracted you are, the less time you have to focus on building real power. Think about it. When was the last time you sat in silence, without your phone, without distractions, and actually thought about your future? When was the last time you asked yourself if you were truly in control of your life? If you're like most people, the answer is never, because most people are too busy escaping reality instead of facing it. The biggest trap is comfort. Comfort makes you soft. It makes you lazy. It makes you tolerate a life that is far below your potential. The moment you accept comfort, you stop growing. You stop pushing. You stop becoming better. And that's exactly what the system wants. Millions of people who are too comfortable to fight for something greater. But if you want to win, you must break free from these mental chains. You must take full control of your mind. That means cutting out the distractions. It means eliminating anything that weakens your focus, whether it's useless social media scrolling, toxic people, or habits that drain your energy. It means replacing weakness with strength, laziness with discipline, and doubt with unshakable confidence. You are not meant to be average. You are not meant to be stuck, lost, or powerless. You are meant to rise, to dominate, to live at your highest level. But that will only happen if you take control of your mind. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you have, but like any weapon, it can either be used to destroy you or to make you unstoppable. The problem is most people have been programmed to think like losers. They let fear control them. They doubt themselves. They accept mediocrity as if it's normal. But here's the truth. Your mind can be reprogrammed. You can rewire it to operate at the highest level, to turn you into a force that cannot be stopped. The first step, you must kill self-doubt. Doubt is a disease. It eats away at your confidence, your ambitions, and your ability to take action. Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they hesitate, they overthink, they wait for the perfect moment, and in doing so, they do nothing. The world belongs to those who act, not those who wait. The second step, you must eliminate weak thoughts. The moment you allow negative self-talk, you've already lost. Stop telling yourself that you can't or that you're not ready. That mindset is poison. Instead, adopt the mentality of someone who refuses to lose. Every time your mind tries to feed you an excuse, shut it down immediately. Replace it with absolute certainty. I will win. I will figure it out. I will not stop until I get what I want. Say it, believe it, live it. The third step, train your mind for discipline. Success isn't about motivation, it's about discipline. Motivation fades, discipline stays. The difference between winners and losers is that winners do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like it. They wake up early, they push themselves, they complain, they blame, they quit. But strong minds They don't wait to feel ready. They take action because they have trained themselves to operate at a high level no matter what. And finally, you must surround yourself with the right energy. Your environment shapes your mindset more than you realize. If you're surrounded by weak people, by negativity, by those who accept mediocrity, you will become just like them. Cut out the dead weight. Surround yourself with people who push you, who challenge you, who inspire you to be better. Success isn't magic. It's not luck. It's not something you stumble upon one day. It's built day by day through habits. Small decisions repeated over and over again until they become part of who you are. The truth is, the most successful people in the world don't operate like the average person. They have different routines, different standards, and a completely different way of thinking. If you want to rise above mediocrity, you need to install the habits that separate the elite from the weak. First, wake up with purpose. The average person wakes up and immediately checks their phone, scrolling mindlessly, letting the world dictate their thoughts before they even start their day. But high achievers, they wake up and attack the day. They know exactly what they need to do. They don't waste time reacting to life. They control it. They start their day with intention, not distraction. Second, they train their body. A weak body leads to a weak mind. The world conditions people to be soft, to be lazy, to avoid discomfort. But the best understand that the body and mind are connected. If you train your body, you build discipline, resilience, and mental toughness. Exercise isn't just about looking good. It's about dominating your life. The pain you endure in training prepares you for the battles you will face in the real world. Third, they manage their energy. Most people waste time on useless activities, pointless entertainment, gossip, scrolling through nonsense. They drain their energy on things that don't move them forward. But the elite guard their energy like a treasure. They focus only on what matters: growth, learning, making money, building relationships that push them higher. Every action they take is intentional. Fourth, they embrace discomfort. The average person avoids hard things. They run from pain. They seek comfort. But the problem is, comfort is the enemy of greatness. If you want to win in life, you need to seek discomfort. Do the things that scare you. Take on challenges that force you to grow. The more comfortable you get with being uncomfortable, the more unstoppable you become. And finally, they execute relentlessly. Thinking doesn't change your life. Wishing doesn't change your life. Only action does. High achievers don't sit around waiting for the perfect time. They take action immediately. They move fast. They make decisions. They adapt. They push forward no matter what. They understand that motion beats hesitation every single time. These are the habits that separate winners from losers. If you install them into your daily life, everything changes, but most people won't do it. They'll hear this and go back to their old patterns. The question is, will you? From the moment you were born, society started programming you. Schools, media, the government, every institution around you has one goal: to keep you weak, obedient, and dependent. They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to question the system. They want you to follow the rules, do as you're told, and never rise above the position they designed for you. The first lie they tell you is that security is more important than freedom. They push the idea that a stable job is the key to success. They convince you that working for someone else for 40 years, following orders and collecting a paycheck is the safest path. But in reality, that's the trap. The truth is, when you depend on someone else for your survival, you're never truly free. One decision from your boss, one economic shift, and your entire life can collapse. Real power comes from self-reliance, building your own income, creating your own opportunities, and controlling your own destiny. The second lie is that money is evil. They condition you to believe that wanting to be rich is greedy, that money is the root of all problems. But the reality is, being broke is what keeps you powerless. Money isn't evil. Money is freedom. It's the tool that allows you to escape the system, to live life on your terms, to protect yourself and your family. The people who tell you money doesn't matter are the same ones who control everything with it. The third lie is that patience is a virtue. They tell you to take your time, be patient, and wait for your turn. They convince you that success is something that happens slowly over decades if you just work hard and wait. But the truth, time is your most valuable asset. The longer you wait, the more you lose. Success isn't about waiting. It's about taking massive action, making bold moves, and forcing your way to the top while everyone else is sitting around waiting for the right time. The fourth lie is that failure is bad. Society conditions you to fear failure, to avoid mistakes at all costs. They make you believe that if you fail, you're not good enough. But the most successful people in the world have failed more times than the average person has even tried. Failure isn't the end, it's the key. Every mistake, every setback, every rejection is just another lesson, another step forward. If you fear failure, you'll never take risks. And if you never take risks, you'll never achieve anything great. The final lie they tell you is that you are just one person and you can't make a difference. They want you to believe that the system is too big, too powerful, and that you have no control. But that's the biggest deception of all. The truth is, every powerful person in history started as just one individual. Every empire, every revolution, every movement started with one person who refused to accept the lies, who decided to take control of their own life instead of waiting for someone else to save them. These lies are designed to keep you small, weak, and dependent. But once you see through them, once you break free from the programming, everything changes. The biggest battle you will ever fight is not against society, not against your boss, not even against the system itself. The real battle is in your mind, because before you can break free physically, you must first break free mentally. The system only controls you if you allow it to. And it controls you through fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs that have been planted in your mind since childhood. You were told to obey, to follow orders, to never question authority. They trained you to believe that success is for the lucky few, that you are not capable of greatness, that you must accept your place in life. But what if everything you've been taught was a lie? What if the only thing standing between you and complete freedom is the way you think? The first step to escaping the system is to take full responsibility for your mind. Stop blaming society. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming your circumstances. Yes, the system is rigged. Yes, life is unfair. But you can either sit and complain about it or rise above it. The choice is yours. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that success is out of reach, then that will become your reality. But if you start rewiring your mind, if you start feeding it thoughts of power, confidence, and action, everything will change. Instead of saying, I can't do this, start saying, I will find a way. Instead of believing I am stuck, start believing I am in control. Your habits are the second key to mental reprogramming. The system keeps you weak by keeping you distracted, scrolling endlessly on social media, watching mindless entertainment, consuming junk food, living in comfort. All of these things weaken your mind and body, making you easier to control. You must break free from these habits. Replace them with actions that make you stronger. Read books that challenge your thinking. Train your body to be powerful. Cut out distractions. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better. The third step is to stop seeking approval. Society trains you to crave validation, to care what others think, to seek permission before you take action. But the truth is, the most powerful people in the world don't wait for permission. They take what they want. They make their own rules. They don't care about opinions. They care about results. If you want to escape the system, you must stop caring about fitting in. You were not born to be average. You were not meant to live a small, ordinary life. The final step is action. Knowledge alone will not set you free. You can listen to every motivational speech, read every book, and understand every strategy. But if you don't take action, nothing changes. The system wins when you stay stuck in your mind. Break free by making bold moves. Start that business, learn that skill, take that risk, change your daily habits. Do what most people are too afraid to do,